to my channel. My name is Mark Neese. I'm a psychotherapist who enjoys hiking. And this channel is about the body-mind connection and also about the impact that nature has on our psyche. We're going to do a trail today called the Purple Heart Trail. It's probably around 4.5 miles total. Maybe 4 or 5 pretty good sized hills. One hill seems like it just goes on and on. But I want to talk about, while I'm hiking with you today, about cynicism. And I think I started off with the title, or the thumbnail was Two Cynics Walk into a Bar. This is about how to avoid becoming a cynic. I know I've titled it as well, How to Become a Cynic. But if you learn how people become cynics, I think you can work toward avoiding becoming a cynic. And I want to talk about why being a cynic is such a dangerous thing for your psyche and for your mental health. So if you don't feel good, you're feeling this sort of general malaise, kind of a low-grade chronic depression. Maybe it's cynicism. Maybe you're developing into a cynic, and I want to help you avoid doing that. Okay, so why should we be worried about becoming cynics? I often tell people that first hill, by the way, it's a nice one. You have to prepare for the last 10 years of your life, and those are going to be the years where you're potentially more frail, both physically and mentally. And they can take their toll on you in those last years. There are a couple websites, Peter Attia's The Drive and the Huberman Lab by Andrew Huberman, and I forget which one it was, but they spoke of this last 10 years as your marginal decade. And that's when your physical health is going to be more marginal, but I would also add, and they would too, your mental health. And so you have to prepare for that. One of the things that I think we're more susceptible to is something that's being called geriatric depression. My grandfather, I believe, died from consequences of depression when he just simply quit eating and in some ways just literally starved to death. This was back in the late 60s. He was 69 years old. I'm 69 years old. So it's kind of a scary thought. But was Grandpa Pat a cynic, or was he suffering from cynicism? Well, I guess that depends on what it was like living with Grandma Lula. You know, she was a Pentecostal, and he basically was, I would guess, kind of an agnostic. So I think living with her took its toll on him. So, you know, you're going to be susceptible to a lot of things those last years, and you've got to prepare for them. I'm going to do a blog on just an overview of how you prepare for that physically. This one is about how do you prepare for that mentally. Okay, this is Scott, And Scott is out hiking, which is wonderful. He's lost about 40 pounds in the last couple months.
4 months.
4 months, so 10 pounds a month. That's a good. Now, we were just talking how important exercise is, nutrition as well. So tell me, what are you doing to take care of yourself?
Well, I get up and I eat a sausage biscuit. Then I come in here and try to get about 2-3 miles in the mornings. Then I'll go home and I have a salad. I try to eat healthy.
Okay.
I cut out all sodas. I drink nothing but water and prime when I walk.
Okay.
And at night I eat a regular meal.
Okay.
Then I come back walking again.
Okay.
And I did 9 miles yesterday.
Wow. Fantastic. Well,
all mine's recorded on. I share my story on Facebook because I struggled with drug addiction.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you my story. What started me.
Go ahead, man.
I struggled with drugs. I drank. Then something told me to get in church.
Okay.
So I'm a full member of On Fire Christian Church now.
All right.
And
that's the one up there on Bardstown Road?
No, New Cut.
New Cut. Okay. All right.
And I started going, and I've asked the Lord to help me with my addictions, and I did. And I wanted to start losing weight, so I started. And
how old are you, Scott?
I'm 45.
45. So you've still got some good years ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
And do you have children?
I have one child. He's 21. He's been through 3 open heart surgeries.
Wow.
And actually, he walked with me yesterday.
Okay.
He's got a half a heart.
Ooh.
And that's what inspires me, because I need to get healthy to make sure he's the man he is.
Yeah.
He needs to be, because he's autistic.
Yeah.
So I need to get off my butt and get healthy.
Well, what I've been talking about on my my vlog is you got to prepare for the last 10 years of your life.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the hardest. Sounds like you got woke up, and you're woke, if I can say that. And it's kind of a funny way to say it, though, right? But you got woke up and changed your life, and it doesn't happen overnight either. So maybe a year from now, what's your target weight?
I like to get a 300.
Okay. And so you're how much right now?
I'm 420 pounds.
Okay. So you've got another 120 pounds to go.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Dude, I'm sure you're inspiring the people around you. You're inspiring me. I got to fight the fight every single day. And that's what I do. 3 or 4 times a week, I'm out here in the forest hiking. But keep up the good work, man.
I will. I walk every day.
Good deal. All right. What'd you think of that? Those don't happen all the time. Those teachable moments and serendipitous things. My mom would call that a serendipity. Thank you, Betty. So living and preparing for the last 10 years of your life. He's working on the physical and the mental and spiritual, but this is more about the mental. So what does a person do to prevent cynicism? And let me read you. I'm listening to a book by Ezra Klein. Highly recommended. Called Abundance. And he quoted the executive director, or CEO, I guess. Excuse me. Of Zoom, and he was going to make these folk start coming back in a couple days a week. I think it was 23 or so. Anyway, 2023. And here's what he says. It's hard to build trust without nearness. Trust is the foundation of everything. Trust is the foundation of everything. And so the strategy here that I provide is building trust. I don't have a lot of, points in this. I'll have a few, but I want to share them one by one, and hopefully it'll help you avoid becoming a cynic. All right, well, the first thing I think we need to start doing and and maybe you're doing this, and maybe these are some things that you can say, yeah, I do that. But the first thing is practice empathy. You know, Frank Tupper, who was a professor of mine at the seminary, wonderful man, theologian, said that what demonic power does, I don't think Dr. Tupper believed in a literal devil or demons, but there is demonic power. And what it does is it dehumanizes people. It takes them from being multifaceted people and makes them into one dimension. That's the labeling and the pigeonholing that we do to people. You know, people pigeonhole me. I've got shorter hair. I've got a Air Force tattoo on my arm. People assume that I'm a very conservative person, which I'm not. I'm a social worker, for goodness sake. That's my profession. Clinical social work, more specifically. But taking a person and making them one thing, looking at a police officer and judging them based on that, looking at somebody that is in the LGBTQ community and make them that one thing. I was amazed, or not amazed, but I was disturbed by a comment that the president of the seminary that I graduated from, Al Mohler, who's a part of that demonic power that Frank Tupper talked about the gay lifestyle. You know, he wrote an editorial in the Courier Journal about it. And I'm like, what? You mean they pay their bills? They take their children to the park? They clean their yard? I mean, I could go on and on. What's he talking about? The gay lifestyle. They've taken one little aspect of their life and made that their whole life. And that's what demonic power does. And I think that that's what demonic power is doing in our country. Again, I do not believe in literal demons and devils, but I do believe in demonic power, as Frank Tupper did. And it is that power that dehumanizes people. So what's the antidote? Humanize people. Listen to them. Let them talk. I don't think it's possible with everybody. I've defriended people, literally, because I just couldn't handle them anymore. I did that for me. But we've got to learn to listen to people and practice kindness. It doesn't have to be doormat kindness, but we've got to practice kindness and stop being so damn mean to each other. Oop, got tripped over. So that's the first thing. Practice some empathy and humanize people. I think it's kind of interesting. It's not interesting. It's just the phenomenon in the military. You see these war movies and they dehumanize the enemy because who wants to kill a father, a brother, an uncle? That movie, We Were Soldiers, Mel Gibson, that writer who wrote the book, was able to retrieve a diary from one of the soldiers from the Vietnamese military, and there was a picture of his lovely, sweet wife in there. And I think it broke his heart, and that's what it should do. So, show empathy. A lot of what I'll do in these episodes is share just little statements that I learned. I remember being in Ed Goodrick's class, studying Greek, and he was full of little pithy words of wisdom, and he said, everything you believe is not for public consumption. And I kind of wish people would practice that a lot more. I don't need to know what you think about everything, and you don't need to know what everybody else thinks about everything. And so I think my second point, really, of how to avoid cynicism is develop a bubble, not a bunker, a bubble. I think bunkers lead to cynicism. I think bubbles are what you use around you that limit access to you. They're permeable, but barely. And, it's a matter of deciding what gets in and what doesn't, who gets in and who doesn't, and protecting your psyche. Stop watching the news. I did. Listen to things that you think are going to not just support you, but help you think. And I think as well, learning to be a true intellectual, which means open to ideas, open to learning, listening to other people. Sometimes people just want somebody to listen to them and to be heard. I made a comment yesterday on a Facebook page on people not understanding why people support Trump, knowing that he's in their opinion, a felon and a despicable person. But I said the reason why half of this country loves him is because half the country hates him. It is a reaction to us. And I think some of the problems that we're having in our country is just simply reacting to each other out of fear. Trust is the foundation of everything. Building trust, being around people that are open to your ideas and open to listening, and you open to listening too. None of this is easy, none of it. But in his book, Zaki, the guy that wrote the book, Hope for the Cynic, actually believes that our democracy is at risk because of that cynicism and cynics, because cynics quit trying to bring about positive change. And it depends on who the president is, I guess, who's the most cynical. But I'm sorry, cynicism doesn't change every 4 years. Once you get entrenched in cynicism, it doesn't have to be there to stay, but it's going to be there for a while until you do something about it. Okay, well, short and sweet. Cynicism, you don't want to be a cynic. It's going to cause isolation, lots of problems as you get older. Practice empathy and listen to people, be open to ideas, be open to, and listen to their stories. I am not a cynic, and I'm going to be interviewing a couple of older folk that I know who are recovering cynics. At least one describes himself as being a recovering cynic, and I'm gonna ask, what did he do to turn the tide? I hope what you get from this is something serious that you need to pay attention to in your own psyche, and there are things that you can do to prevent it, and you can get into that last decade of your life happy, hopeful of the people in your life and the institutions in your life. Nobody is happy all the time about where things are at in their life, but I think you can do some things today that can ensure that those last 10 years of your life are wonderful, meaningful, and that you're healthy and happy. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. It was a great hike for me. I'm going to be doing more of them. I'm going to be headed to the Red River Gorge this Thursday, and then do a lot more hiking around the local area. I'll be out in Utah hiking with my son, Canyonlands National Park, and lots of other places. So hope to share those with you. Let me share the books. The first one was Hope for Cynics by a guy named Zaki. And then the other book is, and I'm putting them up on the screen now, Abundance by Ezra Klein. Both excellent books. I'm not all the way through the Abundance, but everything I'm listening to is fantastic. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, this is new stuff for me, so subscribe and do the like. I typically end my blogs and other things by saying take what you like and leave the rest. So hopefully it's been helpful, and see you back soon.